Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because currently we're grinding up to this big level of resistance, sitting from 105 all the way up to 107,000. Now, if you want to see that next big move to the upside, what you need to look out for is a daily candle close above that 107K level, because that, for me personally at least, is going to be the bullish confirmation that likely we are going to see much higher prices for Bitcoin after that. But until then, we are simply just below this area of resistance, and therefore we should be open to the possibility of another move to the downside. For example, down to this level of support around 102,000. In fact, if you want to get the specific numbers, it is from 102.5K down to 101.5K. So that's what I'm looking out for in terms of support and resistance in the short term here. If you want to get a shorter term type of confirmation that we're getting another move to the upside, look for a break of this descending line of resistance in the RSI momentum indicator on the 4-hour time frame. So if you see a candle close on the 4-hour time frame above that descending trend line, then I am expecting another move higher, at least in the short term, potentially breaking this area of resistance that I talked about earlier. And if we are trading above that 107K level, again, I would be looking for a daily candle close above that level as well, because that would be the bullish confirmation on the 1-day time frame. So with us lacking momentum in the market while being stuck in between this big level of support and big level of resistance, in general though, I would say that we are in a bull market. So if we were to get some kind of pullback, my expectation would be that we would still eventually come up to these highs once again and make new all-time highs for Bitcoin, because currently I don't see a reason for the bear market to have already started. The only really high time frame bearish thing that I'm seeing is this bearish divergence on the 1-week time frame. So yes, that could be a warning signal to say the least, but at the same time, my expectation is that at some point we are going to make new all-time highs for Bitcoin, even if we would first have to chop for a little bit longer and then resume to the upside from there. Something to watch out for here on this 1-week time frame though is that you will see a double top type of narrative to potentially unfold next week, leading to some panic selling, perhaps even. So that is something to watch out for and potentially even take advantage of in the short term. Maybe that's a good idea, but I just wanted to throw it out there. And of course, this is not financial advice. I'm simply telling you what I'm seeing in the charts, and you can do with that information what you like. Next, let's take a look at the 1-week Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Notice how we have some liquidity to the upside and to the downside, speaking to the fact that we are simply chopping sideways on the lower time frames, which inevitably will build up liquidity to the upside and to the downside. As far as the closest pocket of liquidity, that is actually to the downside at about 104K, with more liquidity to the downside at about 101,000, but most of the liquidity is sitting to the upside at 107.3K. If we zoom out a bit to this 1-month time frame, again, we have that liquidity close by to where we are currently trading. However, notice that most of the liquidity is in fact to the upside at 109.6K. So yes, I am expecting that at some point we are going to be taking that out, even if we first have to come down to grab a bunch of liquidity down here first. Lastly, let's take a quick look at the ETF flow tables, because yesterday I did not make a video, and on Friday we got a net inflow of over $500 million. So yes, over this entire week here, we saw net inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs, most of that coming from the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. So they have just been accumulating Bitcoin like crazy here. And so long as these Bitcoin ETFs keep buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin every single weekday, obviously this is going to have an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. Like I said, one thing to potentially watch out for though is this double top pattern that people might be talking about next week here. And something like this could shift the narrative for Bitcoin. So again, this might lead to some panic selling, which could be even further accelerated by these Bitcoin ETF traders, because they might just follow the narrative and panic sell as well. Again, that is not a call or a prediction, but I'm simply telling you what might happen here in this upcoming week, because we are about to head into a new week of trading. So get ready for that, guys. Hopefully we're going to get some volatility back in the market here. So I'm looking forward to that. Either way, this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.